All right, happy Monday. Welcome into your 15-minute weather. I'm meteorologist John Zeigler with meteorologist Courtney Aitken. Well, we've had some interesting weather since we've been apart for 3 days.
We have, yeah. I mean, especially north of us, some interesting weather.
I know.
Got a ton of snow. Friday night here was just kind of ugly and rainy.
Right. We've been so on the edge here in the metro.
Yeah.
I think this state they should do a documentary on this state in the month of April. It's a weird state.
It is weird.
Southern part of the state, storms possible, tornadoes. Mm-hmm. In the same storm, you're going to have ice in Minneapolis, but nothing really on the ground. It's snowing. It's Saturday. And then you're going to have 24 inches of snow in the northern part of the state. In fact, they said I was just posting that on my Facebook page that some of the data was showing it was in like a really rural spot, but 30 inches of snow in 3 days, and that's in Minnesota. And that's not a lake. That's rare. If it's not on Lake Superior.
Right.
So that was Bagley, Minnesota. I had 24 inches. And
oh, yeah, that was the bullseye of that system, right?
Yeah, just about 50 miles west of Bemidji. They had double, actually, the amount of precipitation. But Bemidji has a foot of snow on the ground, and we'll talk about that a lot later on.
Yeah, that's wild. That's how we started April. Like, okay.
I know, but the tulips are already coming up. Have you seen any tulips?
I've only seen the picture that you showed me, so for all I know, that could have been fake.
Yeah, because I seem like a guy who knows AI.
I don't know.
I don't know how to AI anything. I hate AI. But no, it was real.
Okay.
And my tulips are about this high now.
Really?
Yes. Wow. No, the ground is thawed out and things are going on. Plus, when we'll talk about this later, the ice out is out in my community.
Yeah.
March 31st, Waconia cleared, and I'm going to go crappie fishing in about 3 days. So
well, there you go.
I can be happy again.
Good things are happening.
Because my life I can't be happy unless I'm fishing. That's not true. I carry joy every day.
But it's just amplified when you're fishing.
You don't yeah. I try to not rely on happiness. You know what I'm saying?
I think so.
Great.
I think so.
All right, perfect.
Okay, we'll do like a quick check of the forecast and then we'll get into some more nerdy stuff as we usually do. You can see the time lapse of earlier this morning. It has been a pretty gloomy start to the day. It's cold out there. We've had wind chill. It feels like way too late in the season for that, but it's what we're working with today. Still cloudy as of late morning. I think we'll see a little bit of clearing as we get into the afternoon. But even then, still chilly. Highs don't make it out of the 30s today, and it will feel even colder with those continued winds. Little rain on Wednesday. That'll also be the warmest day of the work week, so we get to near 60 that day, and then a nice end to the week with additional rain chances as we get into the weekend. But today, highs, there you go, in the 30s, 39 in the Twin Cities. We could just scratch 40 for Mankato, Rochester, 34 for you in St. Cloud, and it is still winter up to the north. 27 is your high today for Bemidji, 29 in Brainerd, and of course those areas still have some snow on the ground from this past weekend. Tomorrow morning, colder in the morning, warmer in the afternoon. So 22, about 10 degrees below freezing. Gross, I know, single digits up to the north, but at least the afternoon is a little bit more manageable, still below average, but a little bit better than today with highs in the 40s rather than those 30s that we're going to see today. So here's a quick look at the 7-day. We'll try and get back to this a little bit later so you can see it again. But today, tomorrow, breezy, cold, and dry. Wednesday, slight warm up. We've got a high near 60, a chance for spotty showers there. Looking a little bit more quiet Thursday and into Friday. And then some rain chances over the weekend, along with a little bit of a warm up near 60 on Saturday, near 70 on Sunday. And I know that's something you were saying earlier is we're kind of in the setup where when we warm up, it usually comes with that chance of rain. And I think that's what you see here on the 7-day.
Usually. That's why I've actually found that, like, my friends are trying to plan. I always talk about my friends planning golf because to me that's like the normies out there. Mm-hmm. Like, that's just like how most people view weather. They always try to go to the warmest temperature and they don't think about how strong the wind's going to be or rain.
That's a really good point, actually. They just try and pick the warmest day. And
right.
You don't think of there could be a million other things going on. Severe threat, humidity, you know.
Right.
It's just because it's the warmest day doesn't mean it'll be the nicest day.
So they thought Sunday. They're like, let's do Sunday. I said, no, let's do Friday. Because to me, Friday, and a lot of times long-range forecasting in spring is very difficult. So you're trying to find the high price. If you want confidence, I'm looking for the center of the high.
Right.
So the center of the high is Friday afternoon. So to me, Friday is the best day because the wind will be light. The rain chances will be almost 0 in the afternoon. And I like that.
Yeah.
I'm looking for success here. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're
But
saying.
I don't know. I just always think about that. It's interesting that a lot of days in April, your quiet, cooler day, those are actually going to be your nicer days.
Yeah.
Like Friday. And maybe Saturday. Maybe Saturday. A little cooler, crispy, nice. Then Sunday, Monday, there could be some severe weather returning or showing up.
I mean, you don't want to plan your whole day around the warmth and then end up having to leave at hole 5 because there's lightning in the area.
Like Wednesday's a perfect example.
Yeah.
Wednesday, you see 60, but you're like, that day's going to like whoosh, go up and straight down.
It's
Plus,
not going to be as pleasant as it looks.
I don't think so
on the
Wednesday,
7-day or
right.
on your Apple weather app that you all use.
My
reason.
buddy said that the Apple weather app on that last snow chance that we had, I don't know, we ended up getting 0, I think, last Thursday. And the freezing rain thing, his app right before he went to bed said 7 inches of snow was going to fall overnight in Maple Grove. And then we had 0. So I was like, whoa. So that thing gets really drunk.
It does.
I don't know what else word to use. It just like loses its mind. It like grabs a model and is like throws it out. Like that, it could happen that night. So
And
it's terrible.
it gets the models or it gets the current conditions wrong. Like there was one time, like everybody was tweeting about it naturally because there was one day like 2 years ago, I was in Austin and the Apple weather app said it was snowing. Mind you, it was 80 degrees.
So it's just data driven.
Yeah, it's just like
So bad data.
there's nobody driving the train,
Yeah.
and yet you all still want to get on so bad.
Get off that train.
Get off that train.
Go to weather.gov.
Yeah,
Okay? Weather.gov.
we are on that website like nobody's business.
Yeah. Not only do they do forecasts, they have unbelievable amounts of data you can get lost in. It's fun.
Yeah, we were looking at it earlier today. This is a true story. We were looking at it. We're like, so much cool stuff exists on here,
Yeah.
and even we didn't know about some of it.
Some of it I don't know about.
I don't know if like normal people would think that it's as cool as
Flood
we do.
threats, hydrology, you name it. River forecast, because people ask me, is it going to be a bad flood year? Well, I go to that. Weather.gov, the government has somebody in NOAA forecasting the hydrology outlook for every single area around the country, and they have data for that, and it's awesome. I don't know why we're just giving them hard love, loving them up. But
Yeah, I don't know.
They're
It's
great.
They're not paying us or anything.
But it's a
just
forecast that you should use at home.
because it's very
outside of ours.
reliable, and there are people behind that forecast.
Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
that's what I use when I'm out and about, especially for like current temps and stuff like that. We're gonna nerd out about ice, like ice out dates.
We had snow. We had all kinds
Snow.
of stuff. We'll see what we have
I
time
actually
for.
was really excited when I saw the snow graph. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I actually was like naturally surprised. So let's go talk about it. We'll do some.
right.
Oh, I forgot to click the button. Amateur hour. All right. So this was this morning. Oh, look at this morning. Guess what? The sun's going to come out. Good old Canada drying us out here today. And you can see Canada. Well, Canada's always there. But whenever you have a little area of high pressure, I always talk about this being the old football machine. You know the football machine? Do you know the football machine?
What is the football machine?
Okay, so this is the wind. You know what I'm saying? Like
No.
if these are the spinny wheels, and then you put the football there, funk, it pulls
Oh,
it
yes. Yeah.
where they
I
catch
got
the
you.
football.
Yeah.
All right. So when you have the low here and the high here, it sucks in the wind from the north. That's why you're cold. It's also why you're dry. So anytime you have a high pressure coming in from the northwest, Winnipeg, 100% of the time you're cold. Now, if this was January, the high would be 2 degrees. If it was July, this setup makes for the best weather in the history of the world. 74 degrees, straight sunshine, perfect summer day. That right? And right now, it makes it 40 degrees. We're almost there, but you only like Canada for 3 months of the year. So if you pull anything out of Canada, just get ready for this. Models just updated this. It's only given snow depth of 4 to 6 now in Bemidji. So they had 20 inches of snow and they only have 4 on the ground. Talk about massive amounts of compacting and melting. Grand Marais is that it almost feels fake. Let's zoom out. You want to feel bad for somebody? Let's talk about Canada. See, Canada. Look at the pain. Look at the pain behind that. Look at the pain. Just straight up 36 plus, probably until like May. A lot of times, I was talking to a buddy. We had a fish fry on Friday because it was Good Friday and we had fish. And he goes up into Canada May 30th every year. May 30th. He says one year they had to dig out ice. There was ice on the lake. I'm like, why would anyone live there? That's what people ask about us too. So I don't know. I just think it's interesting. You look to the north. It's just different world. Back at home here in the metro, we've had 0. This is the snow depth. We didn't pick up anything. In fact, when you go back, because 50 years from now, they're going to go look at this year in April and be like, didn't snow. But isn't that interesting? You look at the history books, you're like, yep, 0 in April. Didn't snow that month. But even when it doesn't snow here in the metro, it still shows you how chaotic it is, even in St. Cloud. Let's take a look at the snow totals. Technically, we don't get another 0.1. We're going to fall behind 0.1. To me, this winter was yes, it's still winter. But to me, this winter was the most average of average winters ever. Just perfectly average. December and January were below average. February and March were above average. And the snow totals were straight average. St. Cloud, behind. Look at Duluth. Straight average. And International Falls, okay, a little bit below, but the lake's been helping out Duluth here recently. But yeah, everybody kind of in line here. Taking a look at the monthly snow, like I said, this month, if we don't get any more, which I don't see, it would be 0. The average is 3.5, so this year we'll pull down the average, which is crazy to think about because Bemidji had so much snow. May, June, July, August, September, that's the only 5 good months in Minnesota, and they're coming, okay? People would be mad, but everybody likes October. I despise October, November because it gets so dark. I'm not a fan. December back to 11.4. So we're getting out of winter. We're almost there. Speaking of ice out dates, the ice is out actually in all of these lakes, but you can see the averages for some of these ice out dates. I think I just looked up Waconia was March 31st. You go up to about St. Cloud and we have most of the lakes up to St. Cloud out. We're waiting on the Mille Lacs area. Mille Lacs still has ice on the lake. So they have not done it, but you could see some of these here, earliest ice out date. Some of those are crazy early, March 11th. We beat the median this year from that warm stretch in March, obviously helped. A median for most of us are the second week of April. And then the latest ones, May 5th. Can you imagine if we were May 5th, what would northern Minnesota be? Does the ice ever get out? Think about May 5th around here. What would International Falls be? June?
Never. I don't know.
What would you the only thing to do in northern Minnesota is to fish. What would you do in June? I mean, that would be it. I would just move.
Yeah.
That was probably 1996. I didn't look. 1996 was the harshest winter of all time. I didn't look at the specifics of that date. Let's talk about April precip.
Yeah. I mean, well, first, actually, I have a question for you. So when we have those dates that say the ice is out, like how do they determine that? Like what
No
exactly
ice on the
does that
lake.
mean? So it's just all gone. It's all melted.
Yep.
Okay.
Put your boat out there. We're back.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are back.
We are back.
We are back.
No, this
Okay.
is a good sign.
So this literally means we are back.
We are back.
What did you say? The only good months are on the way.
The only good months are the ones without an R in it. So
Okay.
May, June, July, August.
Oh, there we go.
No, I would say September too.
Okay.
October's gorgeous here. I just personally do not like the darkness.
Yeah, it does get dark, but coming from a place where there is no fall, I'm excited for October. So
It's the best October in the world, and
Yeah.
I trash it because everyone loves it. Just to be
you
hilariously
just have
ironic.
to be different.
Yeah, I'm so different. Emo. So again, this was key. I was actually surprised with this. You'd think we'd have more volatility in this. From Minnesota's standpoint, this is pretty close together. Like
Yeah.
it just shows me like you get rain in
Yeah.
April, it precipitates.
April showers, right?
That is true.
Yeah.
April showers bring May
Tulips.
tulies.
Crappies.
Crappies are May, yeah.
Really?
May is the greatest month of the year.
Is there a season for that?
Oh, yeah.
I'm so
April?
glad I asked.
April, so they pre-spawn. They're staging up already right now.
Okay.
So they stage up. They go from the deep water in the winter.
Okay.
Well, in the winter, they're actually shallow, but then like in this time of the year, they could sometimes get really
I
deep.
should be taking notes.
So they start getting out on the weed line, and then they'll go into like a foot of water from May 1st to like May 15th.
like literally just a foot.
Yep.
And they're like,
And they'll
"This is
spawn,
fine.
and
That's
then you
enough."
throw your bait out there, and they attack it, and you catch them, and you eat them.
Wow.
And I love it.
Well, those days are coming.
my favorite time of the year.
And we'll see you tomorrow.